That you all are doing well. I'm glad to have you all here with us today. Just to quickly inform the people, please kindly tell them that the class have start. Just drop a message in the group so that everybody know that the class have started. So thank you all again for being here today, Friday, the 19th of um, the 19th of June 2026. It's a pleasure to have each and every one of you here with us. Um, Today we're going to be discussing a continuation of our class on the epic of Lord Ram, the epic of Ramayan. So we have had so many conversations, we've had so many, interesting discussions where we spoke about Lord Ram and the activities of Lord Ram. And now we are going to continue. For the epic of Lord Ram is wonderful. It is filled with life. And if one truly listen attentively to each and every one of them, we are going to have what is called a proper view of how we look at life. But before we start, we say a little prayer. I believe each and every one of you already are familiar, with this prayer. Twameva mataracha pitam twameva Twameva bandhu chasaka Twameva Twameva vidya dravinam Twameva Twameva sharanam mama deva deva Twameva sharanam mama deva deva Twameva sharanam mama deva deva Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nanda Gopal Kumaraya Govindaya namo namaha Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nanda Gopal Kumaraya Govindaya namo namaha Nasta Prayesa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavate Utamasloke Bhakti Bhagavati Naistike Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. So we are happy to be here with each and every one of you today. To all of you that is on YouTube watching us, I'm at home, so you can hear the crying and the shout of my son, my little boy. Again, kindly, how do you call it in English? Tolerate us, kindly tolerate us. But it is just what it is. Okay. So thank you all again for being here with us. And today we are going to continue on our conversation on the drum. Last Friday, we spoke about Tumburu, Virada, and how his activities became that condemned, that condemned him. But also speaking about Virada, we come to hear and we come to understand so many things about life, not just, so many things, but we come to hear and understand so many life lessons, of what is there. Now, there is a fact that I would like to bring, to the attention of each and every one of you. And that fact was what we concluded, last Friday. And that is to understand life. To understand life, you must understand that there is nothing good that comes from what is good. Anything that is good in this world came out from what was not good. That is a fact. That which is good is born from that which is considered as ugly. That is the reality of life. Many of us don't want to truly accept this reality, but that is just what it is. And this has been the science or the knowledge that has always been there since the very beginning of time. Now, after Lord Ram has entered into the forest, after he has defeated the demon Virada called Tumburu, now he journeyed deeper, where the demon Tumburu told him that he should meet the sage Sarabanga. Sarabanga was a wonderful exalted sage of pious nature, and his activities were so good that even the denizens of heaven come down to associate with him. This was Sarabanga. And because his activities, was so good that even the denizens of heaven comes to associate with him, Sarabanga's nature was that of, it was considered to be that of, Patita Pavan. He who is so, compassionate to everyone. Now, in the hermitage of Sarabanga, in the forest of Dandaka, Lord Ram met different people. He met different, sages. Now, all of these sages that he met told him, my dear Lord Ram, oh Ram, you are the protector of every human on this earth. And because you are the protector of every human on this earth, we are your subject. And because we are your subject, it is your duty to protect us. In this forest of Dandaka that we are, there are certain ogres, there are certain demons, ogres and ogres, that moves around tormenting. And because we have dedicated our life to piety, we have dedicated our activities to non-violence. These demons takes advantage of this, and they molest us. So now we beg you, Ram, to please protect us from the countless molestations of these demons, these ogres and these ogresses. Please protect us from them. Lord Ram said, okay, I will do that. But before he said this, the moment where Lord Ram entered, was going towards the hermitage of Sarabanga, there he had a divine vision where he saw different denizens of heaven in their different aerial plane coming to associate with Sarabanga. And they were speaking so nicely. And amongst them was the King of Heaven. Among them was the King of Heaven. His name was Indra. When the King of Heaven saw Ram coming closer, he said to Sarabanga, I have to leave you now. Here come this Ram. I will have to leave you now, for it is not yet the opportune time for him to see me. And because it is not yet the opportune time for him to see me, he still have to defeat the demon Ravana. Until he defeats the demon Ravana, he is not going to be able to see me. But Lord Ram already perceived the presence of Indra. But Indra said, it is not yet time. For what? For Ram to see me. There is a point here. But before I do that, let me quickly close this door. Just a minute, because the noise of my children. I'm sorry. He said, it is not yet time. Now there is a lesson here. And what is that lesson? I want you guys to listen attentively to what I'm about to tell you. The lesson, he said, the lesson that is here is that, you see, most often we are begging to have the face of the divine to smile at us. Most often. 95% of our prayers every day is that, when is the Lord going to smile at me? When will I have the grace of the Lord to smile at me? Because we see or we believe that our problems are beyond us. And because we believe that our problems are beyond us, we are wanting to have a divine visitation from the infinite. And because we are wanting to have, a divine visitation from the infinite, here is Indra saying, it is not yet time for Ram to see me until he defeats the demon Ravana. He has a big task ahead of him. Until he does that, then, only after then will he be able to see me. There's a point, there's something that we need to understand here that I want you to really pick here. And that is, in the discharge of your duty of life, in the discharge of your duty of life, you are not going to get the grace of God until first you have personally, internally overcome your own obstacles. That is a reality. We pray to have the grace of God to come upon us. We pray to have the grace of the infinite to come upon us. But here is the infinite saying, it is not yet time for him to see me until he has defeated, which means you cannot get the grace of the infinite until first you stand and face the obstacles that you believe is on your way. Until first you defeat yourself. Only then will you get the grace of the infinite. But many of us, we are like children. So we are believing that because I pray to God, and this is one thing that is there that I've said many times, because you pray to God does not mean that your problems are going to go away. Oh no. Rather, God is waiting for you to face your problem. Only then will he turn his face or his grace towards you. And that is something that is important. So when Indra told Sarabanga, I have to leave because it is not yet time for Ram to see me until he defeats that demon Ravana. Only then will he be able to see me. When Indra departed the hermitage of Sarabanga, that was beautiful. The hermitage of Sarabanga was beautiful. And after Lord Ram heard from the sages begging him, imploring him, please help us. We are helpless. We cannot defend ourselves against these demons that are tormenting us, that are molesting us and taking advantage of our non-violent nature. So we implore you, we beg you, please come and do the needful for us. And there and then, Ram made a promise and said, I will discharge my duty to all of you, and I will protect you all from the difficulties and the molestations of these demons that are taking advantage of each and every one of you. When Lord Ram said this, Sita his wife, listened. She did not comment anything. When they left the presence of these, sages, and they were moving further, they encountered another sage. And that sage, his abode was even more beautiful. His abode was more wonderful, more serene. And the sage was begging them. The sage name is Sutikshana. Sutiksna. He was begging them that stay here for all the period of your pilgrimage that you are embarking, this exile that you are on. Stay here with me. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just stay here. Everything that you need is all here in this forest, in this particular part of the forest. And you don't need to really work so hard. Just stay here. But Ram said, I have already taken a vow to go on exile. Of what kind of exile will it be if I stay in one place, enjoying the benefit of the place, but never showing the hardship that is there? And that is something that I want to bring your attention to. In many of our difficulties, in many of our situations, whatever difficulties we pass through in life, we always look for a moment or a circumstance that looks pleasing to us. A circumstance whereby we don't want to experience any hardship, or a period whereby we want things to be cool. But this is a lesson that we are learning here from Lord Ram, where Lord Ram is really showing by his own example that do not be comfortable in a place that seems comfortable for you. Are you understanding? Do not be what? Comfortable in a place that looks what? Comfortable to you. Even though in that place, everything that you're looking for is there, be mindful of it. Be careful of it. Why? Because slowly and slowly you get poisoned. And I want to bring your attention to the fact that, you see, corruption. Many of us, we are afraid of corruption. We are afraid of evil. But evil does not start overnight. It doesn't. It starts temporarily. It starts by making you comfortable. And this is something you must examine in yourself and ask yourself, what is it that has turned my life upside down, but started first as a comfort? That is a reality you must look at. For many things that we are unhappy with in our life did not start as a discomfort. No, it started as what? As comfort. It started as something that we enjoy. And from being that which we enjoy, it starts becoming that which becomes a torture to each and every one of us. And here, Lord Ram shows and tells you, do not be eager to stay in a place that is free of difficulties. For in that place, it starts making you lazy. Not just only does it start making you lazy, it starts making you to lose and miss the goal of life. I hope this is making sense to you guys, and I hope you are hearing me with intelligence, not with emotion. For that is the truth. This is nothing but the truth. Lord Ram shows it. He was in a palace. He was exiled from the palace. He got to a place where everything he needed was available. But he said, no, I must continue moving forward. I must continue moving ahead. I am on an exile. I'm not meant to stay in one place. And that there is like I said, it's a point. And I hope I'm really conveying the point properly for you guys to truly understand. And that is, if you stay in a place or in an environment where you are comfortable, gradually you will lose focus. gradually you will lose, you will become corrupted. When they say, when people say, corruption, how does, corruption start? People say that, how does corruption start? And I've said it many times. Corruption does not start overnight. It starts as a gradual drop. Gradual drop. Addiction, whichever it is, does not start overnight. It's a gradual drop. It starts by just associating and then getting comfortable with that association. And in the process where you get comfortable with that association, boom, everything starts going upside down. And hence, I want you, as we continue this conversation, I want you to ask yourself this question. What am I allowing myself to get comfortable with? Even though I know I shouldn't, but I'm allowing myself to be comfortable with it just because I see it as an escape. Are you understanding me? What am I allowing myself to be comfortable with, even though I know that I should not? But because I see it as an escape, I am allowing myself to be comfortable with it. And how is that gradually influencing me? How is it influencing me and directing me away from the true goal of life, which is to understand the self? This question you must ask yourself. When Lord Ram told Sutiksna that your words are very charming, and I really appreciate this, your condor, which is your expression towards me that I should stay here. But I am not going to be able to stay here, for that was not the purpose of me coming into the forest. If I stay in a place where everything is easily provided for me, then it defeats the purpose of coming to the forest. So hence, I must move forward. Apart from that, I have also made a vow to the sages that I am going to protect them from the molestations of the ogres and the demons. So if I stay here, how will I be able to discharge that duty? Ram, saying this, took leave of Sutiksna with his wife and his brother Lakshman. After they left, Sita implored her husband and said, "My dear husband, my dear husband, you are the charming prince of Ayodhya, the beloved of your father Dasharath, and the beloved of your mother Koshalya. I have something to say to you. If you don't mind, please listen to me." So Lord Ram said, "Please tell me." She said, "If one keeps away from addiction, in a very subtle way, a great man is led to adharma." It means what? What is adharma? Adharma simply means that which is not dutiful, that which is not righteous, that which is not, that which is outside of the context of the society. It starts subtly. In a subtle way, is it that men get led astray from being righteous? Subtle. And because men get led astray from being righteous in a very subtle way, if one keeps away from addiction born of desire, it can be avoided in this world. Indeed, the addiction born of desire in this world are only 3 in number. And what are these addictions? I want you guys to write this down. The first one, false speech, is extremely bad. When a man or a woman gives false speech, it is extremely bad. Why? It destroys the good fortune of that individual. Now, when we talk about good fortune, this word, good fortune, a lot of people have spoken so much about it that it has no more, it has no more, um, it has no more value, because people only think that good fortune means finance. That's what people think. But good fortune simply means that which helps you to remain righteous at all point of your life, at all stages of your life. That is true good fortune. Being able to remain righteous. And that which deviates you from being righteous starts with what? False speech. Saying words that aren't true. False speech. It starts with that. The moment false speech enters into any of our conversation, if you're having a conversation with somebody, and the moment your speech turns to lie, that conversation starts becoming a burden to you and to the people that is listening to that conversation. No matter how interesting it may sound, but it actually starts becoming a lie. It starts becoming a burden. It starts becoming a difficulty. And hence, she said, false speech is one of the three desires. The second desire, the other two are even worse than that. And that, what is the second one? Copulation with the wife of another. Having interest to have relationship with the wife of another person is so terrible that it spoils good fortune. Now, not just only the wife of another person, also the husband of another person. Having the interest to have sexual relationship with the husband or the wife of another person destroys the individual's lineage, destroys the individual's good fortune, destroys the individual's, children's good fortune. And hence, one must avoid it. Thirdly, she said, a first, being cruel with people for no just reason. Are you honest? Are you hearing the advice that Sita is giving to her husband? Being cruel to people for no just reason. Cruelty that is born out of no enmity. You are being cruel to people that have no enmity with you. That is terrible. And this is something very important that I want each and every one of us to really look at. And in the process of that, cruel to people are of different categories. Cruel in speech, cruel in actions, cruel in mind. We must be very mindful. Sita is advising her husband here. Being cruel towards a person that has no enmity with you. That is terrible. For such cruelty towards people that has no enmity with you steals away the good fortune of a man. And hence she said, a false statement that you have never made, nor will you ever make, O Raghava, O ruler of men, how can there spring up in you the desire for others' wives that destroys Dharma? You have not got it, nor was it ever with you. Rama, nowhere is it even in your mind, and you are always devoted to your own wife, O prince. Dharma and truth, everything is well established in you. You are the best observer of Dharma, and true to your promise and obedient to your father. All these, O mighty armed one, can be cherished by those who have conquered the senses. I know your control over the senses, O handsome prince. But the third terrible evil, viz., the taking of others' life, which is done without enmity due to ignorance, is facing you, O hero. You have undertaken a vow to kill the augurs on the battlefield for the protection of sages living in the Dandaka forest. And for this very purpose, you have set out with arrows and bow towards the forest, well known as the Dandaka, with your brother. Hence, seeing you on your way to the Dandaka, my mind is perturbed with anxiety, thinking of your behavior and of your highest well being and worldly interest. I do not like, O hero, your going towards the Dandaka. I shall tell you the reason for that. While I speak of it, please listen. But there's something here I want to bring to your attention. A man is considered fortunate. When I mean a man that is married, is considered fortunate if he has a wife that gives him good counsel. Are you guys understanding my point? A man is considered what? Fortunate if he has a wife that gives him good counsel. A woman is considered fortunate if she has a husband that gives her good counsel. Now, what is good counsel? That which keeps the husband on the right path. That which keeps the wife on the right path. That is good counsel. It is not just counsel for the purpose of filling the pocket of the individual. Oh no. Such a counsel ultimately at the end leads to problem. But the counsel, the advice that helps guide the person to remain righteous, to remain, fixed on their chosen path, such a counsel is called priceless. Sita, in this point here, takes the role of a teacher to her husband. She took that role. And what made her to take that role? Seeing her husband. She knows that her husband is 100% chaste to her. She knows that her husband, Ram, is a man of his words. Whatever he says, he keeps to his words. But she's saying, of all of this, I know that you keep all of them, but that which is now cruelty. My husband, you have taken a vow to kill and destroy augurs, demons. But don't forget, these demons are not your enemy. They didn't come looking for your trouble. They didn't come searching for your trouble. So why then do you want to go and kill or destroy that which is not looking for you? And this is something important here. Many of us will like to go and chase what is not chasing us. Many of us will do that. Now, when I say we chase what is not chasing us, it goes down to our thinking process. How do we chase what is not chasing us? Through assumptions. Through assumptions, we chase what is not chasing us. The ego plays the trick. Oh, look at how that person is thinking. So our mind then start weaving the story. Oh yeah, the person is thinking like that, is looking at you like this, is eyeing you like that. So the person must be thinking like this. And how you see how the mind works? You see, the mind is a perfect storyteller, but the mind cannot tell you stories without connecting a dot. So for the mind to weave the stories to the ego, it must connect a dot of a similar experience, maybe 20 years ago that you've had, maybe 5 years ago that you've had, maybe 2 years ago or 1 week ago that you had, and hence it keeps linking that. Don't you see previously also something like that? Now look at how this person is talking. Now look at what they are saying. Now it starts linking, and when it starts linking, it does not just link to only one person. It links to many people that you've had similar experiences with, that even you yourself, you're not even thinking about. Even you yourself, you've not even thought about them in such a long time. But when assumption comes and the ego starts, creating enmity towards people in his head, on its own for no reason, the mind will now start weaving the stories to do what? To supplement the reason why the ego is feeling like that. And for it to do it properly, it puts you into that shackle. When I mean shackle, I mean the shackle of thought. It keeps a certain thought pattern steady upon you. And for it to keep that thought pattern steady upon you, it connects it. It connects dots. It tells you of the experience 10 years ago, like I said. It tells you of the experience 2 years ago. It tells you of, they also did this to you when you were 5 years old. They also did this to you when you were 10 years old. They also said this about you when you were 20 years old. Do you remember this? Do you remember? And then what happened? Before you know it, two things start happening to you. Either you start getting extremely angry, infuriated inside of yourself, not angry, but just irritated and frustrated. You start fuming inside of yourself and start hissing like a viper. And in that process, you start self-pity conversations. Why are they doing this to me? Why me? Only me. Why am I the only one experiencing this? Why me? Every time me. Look at what they're saying to me. Look at that self-pity conversation. It starts swirling and starts swirling. And when you are deep into it, then what happens? Depression starts. Depression starts. Not just only does depression start, you get so deep into it that you start becoming enemy of a person only because of an assumption. Only because of what? An assumption. And this here that Sita is telling her husband, cruelty towards others. It's not just only about taking something to harm the person. It's also the mental harm that we create towards people. That is also cruelty. That mental harm that we create towards people, it leads us away from the path of what? Truthfulness. It leads us away from the path of righteousness. And here Sita is drawing the attention of her husband. My dear husband, I know what you are doing is right, but are you seeing this that I'm seeing? And that is why it is important. I'm saying it again, and I'm saying it to you. Make sure that as you grow in life and as you experience life, make sure to always have the right people to give you the right counsel. Are you understanding my point, my brothers, my sisters? As you grow in life and you navigate life in different ways, make sure you always have people, the right kinds of people, to give you the right counsel, the right advice. For if you don't have the right people to give you the right advice, and you are having the wrong people, never you associate with people that advise you only based on their own assumptions. Do you understand what I said? Never you associate with people that advises you because of their own assumptions. No. Look for people that will advise you with clarity. Clarity of what? Clarity of thought, clarity of vision, clarity of understanding. But if you meet people that advises you only based on assumptions, then you enter into that continuous loop where it becomes so difficult for you to come out of. A continuous loop that is very difficult to come out of. And the moment you are in that loop, it is only the grace of a bona fide teacher. Only the grace of a bona fide teacher can help you out of that loop. Sita continued. When you go into the forest with arrows and bows in your hand together with your brother, you're going to see all kinds of animals. And as a warrior, it is your duty to shoot. So tell me, while shooting, won't you harm animals that are not, they don't think negative towards you? Won't you harm them? They never plan any negative towards you, but won't you harm them? Won't you be cruel to them? She was advising her husband. And she said, when a man constantly carries weapon, even though the man is trying to say is a religious person, even though the man is saying he's a religious person, but so long as there is weapon always in his hand, one day he will be tempted to use that weapon. Are you guys understanding my point? Which is very important. Even though we may say I'm self-realized or I'm enlightened, like we have in this day and age, whereby every one of us want to say I'm a spiritual person. Even though you are saying you are a spiritual person, but so long as there is a weapon in your hand, you may try to avoid it, but one day you will use that weapon. Now look at it. Many of us, we don't carry hard weapons in our hand. Some of us don't, many of us, we don't. I don't know if some of you do, but many of us, we don't carry weapons in our hand, but we carry a weapon 24 hours in our head. Are you understanding me? We don't carry weapons, physical weapons. Most of us, we don't carry physical weapons in our hand, but we carry a subtle weapon 24 hours. Where? In our head. And what is that weapon that we carry 24 hours? Can you guess? I want to hear you guys' voice. Can you guess? What is that weapon we carry 24 hours in our head? I want to hear from you guys. Eye. The eye. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That is good. Thank you. Mr. Donaldson Prabhu. Thank you. What else?
Our thoughts.
Our thoughts. Beautiful, Miss Elizabeth. Elizabeth Prabhu. Beautiful. Yes. Our thoughts. What else? What else is the weapon that we carry 24 hours?
Our mouth.
Our mouth. Very nice. Who said that?
Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth Prabhu. Thank you very much. Our mouth. Very nice. Very nice. What else? What else? I want to hear from all of you. What is that weapon that we carry?
Respectful greetings, Baba.
Respectful greetings to you too, Annie Brown Prabhu.
I think worry and
worry, the weapon of worry. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Thank you very much, Annie Brown Prabhu. Thank you. What other weapons do we carry? Angel, our thought. That is Miss Ladifatu Prabhu. Thank you, Ladifatu Prabhu. Our thought. Yes. Respectful greetings to you too, Sarah Prabhu.
our opinion.
Our opinion. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Sarah Prabhu. Our opinion, our thoughts, our mouth, our eye, our worry. All of these are wonderful. But what else? What else is that weapon that we carry 24 hours in our head? And even though we say, I'm a spiritual person, I'm a spiritual person, I'm a spiritual person, but we use this weapon all the time.
Respectful greetings, Papa.
Respectful greetings to you too, Pretty Prabhu.
I think you'll be our past experiences.
Our past experiences.
And memories.
Memories. Beautiful. Our past experiences and memories.
Perception and assumption that we have of people around us.
Perception and assumptions of people that we have around us. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yes, thank you very much, Miss Ladifa, too. Expectation. Beautiful. But this is true. We carry this weapon 24 hours in our head. Our emotions also, yes. Ashlila Pija Prabhu, yes. Our emotions. Absolutely correct. But above it all, we carry the weapon of assumptions. Above it all, we carry what? The weapon of assumptions. We assume always because we think we have experienced it before, so we assume. And that assumption becomes the judgment that we pass on people all the time. So even though we say, I'm a spiritual person, I'm such a spiritual person, I'm very spiritual, but this is the greatest weapon a spiritualist can never let go. It is so difficult to let it go. And what is that weapon? The weapon of assumptions. The weapon of what? Assumptions. And this weapon is so ingrained in us that it's basically the foundation of everything that spoils everything in our life. Assumptions. I think, hence I know. Do you see that? I think, hence I what? I know. But that is the point. You're thinking. And hence thinking that you know becomes the number one point that brings a man down. Especially on this part of spirituality. Especially on this part of self-realization. So Sita spoke to her husband. You are a man of great wonders. But don't forget, you are carrying weapon all the time in your hand. And because you are carrying weapon all the time in your hand, even though you are trying to, you try to stand by that which is right, but one day you may be tempted to use it on that which is not, on that which you believe or you think, but then it becomes a problem, which is also something that is there. The weapon of truth. Many of us carry the weapon of truth in our head, not for our own understanding, but to use it against other people. Are you getting my point? Many of us, we carry what? The weapon of truth in our head, not to understand or to use that truth to better ourselves, but we carry it for what? To use against other people. Just a minute, please. Yes, please.
I need to check something. I think I've taken it too.
I'm sorry. You see, I'm a family man, so my house is filled with children, so you may hear my children's noise. What to say? What to say? So yeah, that is a fact. The weapon of truth. When you carry the weapon of truth, not to use it to understand yourself, but to use it as a weapon against other people, that itself is a big problem. And also, the weapon of saying, I know the secret of somebody. Many of us, the secret of someone that we know becomes a weapon. Even though we say, no, me, I'm not such a person. I cannot misbehave. I cannot do anything. Here, Sita is reminding you. Sita is giving us a class. She's teaching us right here. Sita. Sita is teaching us right here and now that so long as you know somebody's secret, one day you will be tempted to use it either against them or to say it to somebody against them. Am I making sense to you guys? And hence she's advising her husband that the best way is to follow the path of Dharma, the path of righteousness. For whoever follows the path of righteousness follows wealth, because from righteousness comes wealth. From righteousness comes happiness, and from righteousness comes everything. This is the advice of Sita to Lord Ram. We are going to continue next Friday. Any other question for us? Now you guys can ask me your questions. I'll have to end here on YouTube so I can concentrate on you guys here in the Zoom class, in the Google class. Thank you very much, everybody on YouTube. All good fortune fly to you. Ciao. And again, apologies for the noise. Sorry, I'm a family man. I have a lot of children, so pardon us. Ciao. Okay, I'm open to your questions.